Working at the period tonight, you say my name, yes. Working at the period, working at the period tonight.
Hello beautiful people. If you don't know who I am, my name is Lena Joy. If you do know who I am, welcome back. Girl, today we got a full glam going on, and it's not just full glam, but it's tips and tricks to take your glam to the next level. We got summer coming up. I do not want my girls outside and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to have a full face, or just a little one too. You know, we got the digital cams and the purses, we got the pictures, we got everything in. We got them look back on this summer like, oh, she was T. How you gonna be T and your face look like Michael Jackson? So I'm here. My cape, I know y'all see that cape on my back. I'm here to save y'all. I'm here to help. And if you are a 1.1 of concealer warrior, if you're a 5-minute makeup warrior, if you're a natural baddie soft girl warrior, and you want to stay in that lane, and you're watching this video thinking that you're gonna still stay in that lane, you might as well leave. So yeah, I know y'all see the material, so I'm not even gonna say no more. Let's get into it. So the primer that I'm going to start with is the Danessa Myricks Water Powder Serum. Yeah, and she's T. You gotta like push it and it comes out. And I already have a video with my skin prep on it, so if you want to go back and watch that to see how I prep my skin before I do my makeup, or just on any day really. I don't know if anyone else is, but I'm super excited for summer. Like, I've been in the gym. The girl's birthday is coming up. If you didn't know, I'm a Taurus, okay? Okay, so this is more on like the mid, like in between a soft glam and a full glam. Really is just to be here and show you guys how to do a face and makeup and have it actually look like makeup. So I don't know what I'm gonna title this video yet, but we're here. But anyway, so we're gonna start off with this One Size foundation. I love this foundation. She's so full coverage, she's so matte, she's gorgeous finish. Yeah, so I'm gonna apply it with this Real Techniques brush, and this is the buffing brush. Does it have a number? No, it just says 204. It just says buffing brush though. And at the time I'm applying it, we're just going to tap it in. But yeah, back to what I was saying, y'all. I'm so excited for the summer. Like, I'm going to London for my birthday. I feel like that's gonna be like the kickoff to like a great summer, you know? And I'm starting a new job, traveling. Like, this is just gonna be an amazing summer. And not just for me, for the girls. Like, pretty much everybody that I'm mutuals with, everybody that I've been seeing, or just things on social media, like, I'm seeing that the girls are really just taking care of themselves. The girls are in the gym. The girls are eating healthy. The girls are not worried about these men. Like, the girls are in the Bible. The girls is going to church or whatever religion that they are taking it serious. And I love that. Like, everyone that I'm surrounded with is accomplishing super real important goals. Like, I got so much love for the bad bitches. Like, so proud of everyone, and it's so inspiring to see. As you can see, like I said, just tapping it in, bring it down to your neck. Like, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people put makeup on and then like you can see like the line of indentation. Girl, buff that out. Like, buff it out, okay? And get a little closer. As you can see, using a brush like this to buff your foundation in, it can leave streaks and it can look streaky, so make sure you're patting really well and you're not just like, you know, sliding it. You're patting it really well. If you don't use a beauty blender, I really do suggest that you do. If not, it's totally fine. Like, there's no it's not a make or break for the makeup routine. It's just a personal preference, okay? But I'm about to show y'all how damp y'all beauty blenders should be, because I feel like when I say it to people, it doesn't really register. Okay, so I use beauty blenders, and I'm gonna show y'all how wet it should be, like how damp, because I feel like I say your beauty blender should be damp, but like, you know, it doesn't register. So I have a cup of water and a beauty blender, and I'm gonna show y'all. So you really just, like, you could do this under the sink too. When you put it in the water, I don't know if you can see, you want to scrunch it up so it's soaking up all that water. Keep doing it, and it's gonna get bigger, you know, like, and then squeeze it all out. Ooh. Ignore my nails, please. But because when you're using the beauty blender, you don't want it to be super wet because it's gonna mess up your makeup. It's a sponge. It's meant to be a sponge. So you're gonna squeeze all the water out, and then just take like a paper towel or something. Squeeze out all the excess. This is how I prepare my beauty blenders for the best application. Okay. So there you have it, and then this is what it looks like. It's enlarged, but it's not wet. Yeah. Simple, easy, but effective. Okay, so I have two concealers, the Fenty 360 and the Fenty 300. So this is like my concealing shade, this is my brightening shade, and yeah. So I'm gonna take the regular 360, and you're gonna go here. See that? See where it is? Chin, forehead, and then on the other side, same place. And on your nose. Period. So I'm gonna blend this out first, actually. So we're gonna take your beauty, I cannot pronounce beauty blender to save my life. Beauty blender, and then I'm gonna start off on my chin. And I just feel like beauty blenders just give it like a non-cakey, I mean, regardless, it's not gonna look as cakey if you're doing it correctly, but I just feel like I like the finish of beauty blender better. You're gonna do soft taps. See? Soft, soft, soft. And see when I'm putting it on, like it's not wet or anything. Like your beauty blender should not be wet. Okay? It shouldn't be wet. And then you can bring it up to under your eye. But I don't put that much product under my eye because it's more prone to creasing if it is a lot of product. So you're gonna blend it out on your forehead. For your nose, tap lightly. And then same over here, you're just blending it out and you're dragging it up. And then you can bring it under your eye. See? Oh my god, y'all, I recorded a video for like TikTok, and I forgot to blend out the concealer on my chin. So the whole video, like, there's unblended concealer on my chin, and my makeup's done. It's so embarrassing. I still gotta post it too. Okay, girl. So now you're gonna take your brightener. You're just gonna put it in the corner like that. And then for the brightening concealer, you're gonna take like a smaller brush like this. This is the Real Techniques brush, the setting brush, and it says 402. I got this a minute ago, so I don't know if they still like this, but you're gonna take it and just pat really lightly. And then you can see, like, okay, I'll show y'all. See how like it goes like this? You can kind of see that. That's where you want to extend your concealer. See? And then you can bring it down like on the side of your nose and like over here, like over your mouth. That's the best place to keep your brightening concealer, in my opinion. And then we're just tapping lightly. I don't brush it. I don't like this. Just tap it. I guess this is making this a full glam. So I guess I'll call this a full glam. But yeah, see where it is? She's bright, girl. Yes, and it looks so good. Like if you do everything correctly and you practice and you just get into the habit of stuff, girl, it looks so good on camera. Like it just looks like a really good bright under eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. So same thing on this side. Tap lightly. Gonna drag it down a little bit. You're gonna drag her out a little bit. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And yeah. Light taps, light taps. Yeah. And then the brightening concealer is obviously, oh, I sometimes like to bring it on my chin. Obviously, it's not necessary, but you know, if you want to get into the full glam vibe of things, if you're going out, girl, you better get into it. Okay. So she's there, she's blended, she's tea, all that good stuff. So now I'm going to take a bronzer, and this is the cream bronzer by Fenty in the shade Honey Glaze. This is what she looks like. She's cute. And then I'm going to take this brush. This is from Shein. So any brush that look like this or similar, I don't know. We're going to put her on the outside of our forehead, girl. The outside of the forehead. The outside. Right, right. Yeah. I personally like my forehead to look a little more bronzed than normal, so I'll go in with extra bronzer. But if that's not your cup of tea, girl, don't do it. That's just my cup of tea, especially because my forehead big. I don't know. So how I know where to put my bronzer, and you might can see this like little thing in like all my like videos on TikTok and stuff like that, is I smile a little bit. And see, once I smile, you see that line? I feel like bronzer should not surpass that, you know? So that's why I smile like that, so I can see. And I just tap it. And really you should blend your bronzer out in like upwards motion. So like swiping it up like that. Really fast. So if you don't know what, like when people say upwards motion, that's what that means. And see, when you smile, my bronzer does not pass that. So yeah, that's why I do that. And then sometimes I bring it like this. It depends, but yeah, that's why I do that. And then I just buff the excess out on my jaw for a little sharper jawline. So yeah, you're gonna smile upwards, blend up like that. And you can pat too, you can interchange it, but whatever you do, just make sure it doesn't go past this line. And then so I'll just take a little bit more and I'll just pat some on my eyelid, you know, and drag it out just a little bit. And then right up in here, so like the nose bridge to the top of the brow bone is where I definitely put a lot more bronzer, because if you notice, like when I put brown eyeshadow, it's always blended up into here, like the bridge to the top. That's where I be putting brown eyeshadow. So sometimes I'll do this. See that? And then if you're feeling fancy, this is so unnecessary, but this is just what I do. I just tap it on the side of my nose. See her? Period. Oh, girl, you finna be so tea. You're about to be so tea. I already know it because I taught you. Okay, so going into the summer, I love a more orangey, peachy, coral kind of blush, girl. My winter is like the pink, baby pink type of vibe. Sometimes I'll still do pink if I'm feeling pinkish, but going into warm weather, I like more of a coral. So this is the Elf Camo Liquid Blush. Is that what that is? Camel, yeah. Girl, you know what this is. This is the shade Coral Crush. So, this is the Sephora foundation brush. This is the number 47. I'm just using it because this is, I don't know. I just like how much control I have over where the blush goes. So for liquid blush, especially this, you don't need that much. Up here, right here. You see that? That's all you need. Because this is about to be a lot. And then you take the flat side of the brush and just tap it. And if you can see where that line for your concealer is, your blush shouldn't go past that. But sometimes I like to do like a little gradient. It depends on how I'm feeling. But if you want to just keep a neat little one too, it shouldn't go past that. And then it should blend into your bronzer. But it shouldn't go past the bronzer. So it shouldn't go past the concealer, and it shouldn't go past the bronzer. But see how this was like a lot? So since this is a lot, I'm going to take the brush that I used to blend out my concealer and kind of blend that out in the where it meets, like in the middle, see? Yeah. And that's where the blush is. So you can see where this concealer ends, it doesn't go past that. Where the bronzer ends, it doesn't go past that. It's just right there. And then I keep it over here. I didn't go too far in. You can though. Sometimes I like to do that. As a matter of fact, just in case you're one of those girls, just blend it on over. That's all you gotta do. Don't be scared, girl. Don't be scared. If you got blush, if you're gonna have blush blinded, if you're gonna have blush blindness, you might as well do it right. So same thing on this side. Okay, so there's the blush, period. Okay, so for a good bright under eye, if you like pink setting powder, you can definitely use pink setting powder for darker complexions. If you want to use pink, you can. If you want to use a darker color, you can, girl. Go ahead. I'll take my concealer brush and I'll blend out the creases that have happened over the minutes. And there's the powder on my beauty blender. And press it in. And that powder is gonna go, see, you're gonna create that same line that you did when you put the concealer on. Other than that, it can go anywhere, girl. And I love how it turns out when I set and bake with a beauty blender versus a powder puff. I don't know why, I just love how it turns out. And then I'm gonna bring it above my lip and on my chin. It just looks so seamless. It looks way better in pictures. I don't know. See? Like, it just looks so good. So once again, you're gonna blend out those creases. And I don't know what I was talking about before. I think I was talking about summer and just how excited I was. And if you have any cool summer plans, let me know, girl, because I love to be in everybody's business. I love to know what people are doing for the summertime. I love the summer. That's my favorite season, spring and summer. I don't like spring sometimes because it's a little bit too rainy, but I was born in the spring. But I love summer. I love being tan. I just love summer. Okay, so she's blended out. She's tea. She's seamless. You're gonna put this powder away. So if you don't know why people use pressed foundation powders, this is now your time to learn. So if you don't want to set, so you know how we set our under eye, if you don't want to set the rest of your face with that translucent powder because it might cause some flashback, you're going to use your pressed foundation powder in your shade, your exact shade, in a brush, and you're going to set the rest of your face. This is what's going to make sure you don't have flashback in pictures. This is what's going to set the rest of that makeup, because you always want to set it. And if you want to accentuate that bright under eye, don't even put that powder on your forehead. Just set it with the foundation. Yeah, that's it. So now my face is nice and matte. She's set and she's ready. And this is one of the best things for flashback pictures, all of that. So, yeah. Because, baby, all my makeup is digital cam approved, flash approved, picture approved. We take pics over here. Anyways, so now that that's done, we're going to take a bronzer. powder bronzer. And so this, mine is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. And she's just a setting powder that people use under her eyes, but I got the darkest one so that I can purposely use it as a bronzer. But people use this as setting powder. I just didn't. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. So this is her, this is she. She's like a cute little Hello Kitty brush that I got for my birthday. And yeah, for this one, since it's fluffier, you don't have to be as exact as the cream bronzer, but you still want to keep it controlled. So you're gonna pat it, and see, I just kept it like right up in there, the same place where you put the cream bronzer, and then on the edges of your forehead. And then how I do it, you just pat. To me, this is what gives that like filter, like Instagram filter look, that airbrush look without everything looking so defined all the time. Because I'm not the biggest fan of stuff looking super defined, you know? Like, I like when stuff looks a little airbrushed. So yeah, you just want to pat it in. That's how I put mine on. Now in other instances, like an everyday 5-minute makeup, I'll swipe it, but until I show y'all how to do that, this is how I do it. And then dust it. Period, girl. That's why I like how I do my makeup, because to me it always gives like filter Instagram flawless, you know? Everybody's does in a different way, but I personally like how I do my makeup. So if y'all want that super bright but picture approved under eye, this is where that brighter pressed powder comes in, okay? So if you don't know how to use brighter pressed powder, this is how you do it. You can use a brush, you can use a beauty blender. In this case, I'm gonna use a beauty blender. And you just gonna, actually no, powder puff. You're gonna take the powder puff, pat it, and keep it in that corner. See that? Just pat it in, girl. This is what's gonna give you that filter back activated look. Like, this is what's gonna do it, okay? And then you're gonna drag it. It's that same line, but press it in. And that's it. You don't need too much. But yeah, that's gonna give you that that's gonna activate the bed. Like, if you want to take your makeup from like a here to a here, yeah. Okay, so for blush, we're gonna use the Patrick Ta blush in She's the Moment. This is like that orangish that I love. And I'm not really gonna use the cream today, just the powder, and this is just like a little. Okay, so I low-key forgot where I left off my camera overheated. I think I was at the blush because it's sitting right in front of me. I'm just gonna pat a little bit and put it where I put that liquid blush. And then I'm gonna drag it a little bit under the eye. So it's just pat motions, pat, 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 that's it. And yeah. So see, it stays, everything stays under that like line for concealer, you know? Period. So that's all you need. So now I'm going to contour my nose a little bit, and I'm going to use that same bronzer and then just like a little small brush. And then the first thing I do when I contour my nose is focus on the bridge, because I want like that smaller bridge look. So I put the most bronzer in that spot. See? Now I have like a super snatched looking bridge. And then I drag that up to the beginning of my brow. See that? And then you can take the rest and drag it down. We're almost done, girl, and she's looking so good. She's looking full glam. She's looking flawless and all of that. I'm gonna do a wing liner, and I'm gonna do a chocolate brown. We're not gonna go the classic black. We're gonna go a chocolate brown, okay? And this is the Sephora one. So I'm gonna try to explain to y'all like the best way that I could if you're not good at wing liner, because I'm also not that good. But so you're gonna take it, and so you see how your eye is. Ooh, how do I explain this? Okay, so you see where your eye, like when you go like this, and then where this go, like how your eye is, and you drag it up. You want to follow that same line that you're under. You know what I'm saying? Like, see how like this, and you drag it up. That diagonal that it's on is how you should draw your liner. I hope I explained that really well, because yeah, I don't know. See right here where my eye stops? And see how I started that line, and it's like it kind of follows where my eye. Oh my god, girl, just look, okay? Because yeah, okay. See that line? See how it's like one diagonal? Hopefully that is y'all understand that. I just seen this picture of Alabama Barker, and she had wing liner on. That girl makeup so tea. She do a lot of controversial stuff, but one thing I would never ever ever have nothing to say about is that makeup routine, honey. Okay. See how that is? Yeah, and then you just wanna, yeah, fill it in, all that good stuff. But yeah, I just love Alabama makeup. Like, her stuff is really tea. And then I draw mine like a little thicker, just because like when you put the lashes on top, it kind of sits on top, so it makes the line look thin. So I kind of like, what is it, a little thick. And yeah, there you go. If you don't have the patience for wing liner, don't do it, cause it takes a lot. Okay, so I did the other side, and yeah, that's as good as it's gonna get. This side definitely is better, but she's cute. We're just gonna take a shadow brush like this, and this is the Major Dimensions palette by Patrick Ta. She's a really tea palette. I love her. We're just gonna take a brown like this one, and so how I do my eyeshadow is I blend it up into the brow bone and up in here, and I kind of stray away from like up here at the height of the brow bone and further, just to accentuate that brow. So see that, and then you can just blend it out, but I kind of try to stay away from right there. See that? And then I'm gonna go back over the liner just to make it a little bit more chocolate brown, since this powder kind of just washed it out a little bit. But yeah. And then I'm gonna go in with a liner for my bottom. Since I'm staying with the chocolate, this is a chocolate brown liner. This is the shade Terracotta, and it's the Sephora collection. And I'm just going to simply, I want it in the waterline. And it just kind of makes it, you know, like I don't want it under the lash line. I want it in the waterline. So normally some people will pull their eye back and draw it in. But me, I just stick it in there. Yeah. When I was sitting down waiting on my camera to cool off, my face got a little oily. I have super oily skin, if y'all ain't know. So I'm just gonna set some powder around my nose, because that's where I get oily first. Now we're about to do our brows. I do my brows kind of on the last side. If you like to do your brows first, you can do all of this and just do your brows first, girl. Brush it up. I really don't understand how to explain how to do brows. It's the one thing I was never able to do really well. So I'm gonna try. But so I just brush my brows up. It's easier to do your brows when they're done. Brush them up, and then I follow the line. And then I kind of just like fill it in. So see how I'm following the line of where my brow hairs are? You want to do it lightly. Don't press down too hard. And then same for the top row. And so, okay. So you follow the line, yeah. But me, my brow arches right here, but the hair, you see how like right here the arch is, and it kind of just is like so I'm going to extend it and there you have it. That's the best way I can describe it. This is as good as it's gonna get. I'm running out of brow pencil. Okay, so if you want to know how to like conceal your brows afterwards, just keep watching. I'm gonna take a random concealer, a few shades lighter, nothing crazy, and a smaller brush like this, super small. Boom. And then kind of let go of the excess, because you don't want too much. You just want enough to carve out the brow without disturbing the rest of the eyeshadow. So see, I kind of messed up right here. I'm just going to take this, go over that, and carve out the brow. Yeah. And that's it. Because if you put the concealer on afterwards, you're just trying to accentuate that brow, you know? And so since it's so little, you want to hurry up and just blend it out. So just tap it in. And there you have it. So next, we're going to put lashes on, but I'm about to just put a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes. I prefer tubing mascara over regular mascara because it doesn't smudge. This is Cali Ray mascara. And I love tubing mascaras. Like me personally, that's the only mascara I use. Like this is a tubing mascara. This is another one that I use by Too Faced, the Ribbon Wrap Lash. The Milk, this is the Kush High Roll mascara, but the tubing formula. I never played about my tubing mascaras. Okay, those are the only ones that I prefer to use because I just like how easy it is to take it off. If you don't know what tubing mascaras are, I suggest you look into them versus a regular mascara. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna put our lashes on. You know, I haven't really been into lashes, like strip lashes, in a long time, but I ended up going to the store and grabbing me some because I've been into natural lashes, but when it's time to go outside, I be looking stuck and I don't be wanting to put clusters on right before I go outside. So I bought me some strips. So you know, emergency stuff like that. So we're gonna take the first one, and I always cut my lashes to fit my eye, so I just cut a little off the edge. Boom. I use hair glue. Will I be blind in a few years after this? I don't know. Well, not in a few years, but like age 50. Oh wait. Okay, lashes is on, girl, and she's cute, but the wing liner kind of gets lost in the sauce, like I said before. So I'm gonna just go ahead and see if it's anywhere I have to, like, you know, redefine her. And it's looking like in here. Almost done. And I'm gonna just take a little bit, and this is like a random one, and just put it on my brow bone. And then on the bridge of my nose. Yeah. So for lips, I have a little hack for you. You're just gonna take some bronzer and, you know, like a little brush, and just kind of go over. See how it creates that shadow and that illusion that you have fuller lips. And then the top as well. Yeah, simple, girl, because I'm not a girl. I'm not a filler girl. I don't know if I want fillers yet, because I don't know how y'all finna be looking with all these fillers in about 10 years. Face finna be looking puffy. I'll probably say this and still gonna be me. But okay, so onto the lip combo. We have a regular chocolate liner, but that's my favorite one. Like, that's my favorite liner, and I cannot tell where this. I know we all have like that one or two beauty products, like the labels and everything have disappeared, but it's one of our faves. Like, what are you, Wet n Wild, Ruby Kisses? Like, tell me something, please, girl. I don't know what she is. So we're just gonna use the Makeup Forever Limitless Brown, and we're going to just outline our lips. Cutesy. And then I overline my Cupid's bow. So I know that's like a little uneven, so I'm gonna just go in with the lighter one and just kind of blend her out. Cute, right? Okay, so now for lipstick, you can really choose like any, like just matte kind of like brighter lipstick you can just use for the inside. Literally anything. This is the NYX Lip Lingerie. She's so old, like she's gone, but this is Baby Doll. I don't even know if that's a shade anymore. That's how old this is. Just to blend it out. Daisy Pink by Lawless. If you are a lip gloss girly like me, you need to get you some Lawless lip glosses, girl. Like, I love Lawless lip gloss. I love Lawless and I love Anastasia, but I have Juicy Watermelon, Velvet, and Daisy. I was gonna get the Velvet Daisy, but it's just like, girl, like, you spending your money on what? Like, you already got Velvet. Bro, the camera said I was talking too much and overheated again, but it's okay. I got y'all. Let me find. Okay, so the lip combo was Daisy Pink by Lawless. I know y'all see she's almost gone. Lawless lip glosses do not last that long, but they're tea. Anyways, Daisy Pink by Lawless, and then Limitless Brown lip liner by Makeup Forever. And then of course we're gonna set her. So we have one of my all-time favorite setting sprays. Hold on. She's so tea, y'all. Like, I love this one. Okay, so I'm gonna take my hair clips out. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys learned a little something, whether that was just a little tip or a whole bunch to take your face to the next level. It's summer coming up, we're outside, and I don't want my girls outside without a face, okay? This is a digital camera era that we are in. We can't look back on these pictures like, what was I doing? Like, no. So I'm here. I'm here. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. I'm here. Your pictures, the videos, the memories. So yes, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, some more stuff. And yeah, I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.
She's working at the period tonight. Say my name, yes. Working at the period.